Have you ever thought about personal brand? What is this for you? If you want to think about it, just pause the video and then come back. Today I will talk about personal brand, but before talking for personal brand, I will start with brand, like a concept behind brand. Like, for example, brand for companies, brand for businesses, and this kind of brands. When we mention brand, what do you think about the companies or products or services that offers this company? What do you have in mind? At my opinion, when somebody start to talk about brand, I remembered a lot of stuff. Like, first of all, of course, logo, their values, what they did for communities around them, about the world, the values that they believe and they spread around, their behavior in front of what do they do for their employees and this kind of stuff. But it's also connected to their products, to their services, if it's service company and this kind of stuff. So it's kind of sum of experiences. At my opinion, brand is sum of all experiences that we have in our life with that company or that brand. So when you name, for example, Nike, Adidas, Coca-Cola, or any kind of companies in the world, you have something in mind. Mercedes, Volkswagen, every kind of brand have their own values, have their own products, their own services. So it's kind of sum of all our experiences that we have and what other people describe also. So, for example, when somebody said to us, Mercedes is very comfortable, so we have that in thought, we have that in mind when we talk about, for example, Mercedes or any kind of company, any kind of brand, any kind of service that they offer. So very similar to that is personal brand. Personal brand is connected very tough with people, so with you, with me, with everybody. You accept or not, each person in this world, more than 8 billion, have their own personal brand. Somebody thought about that, somebody doesn't thought about that, doesn't think any time about that, what is that and how to work on that. And it's not only about social media, it's about also for a real life. So when we talk for a person, we always just imagine some friends of yours, your parents, your brother, your mother, your sister, whatever, your cousin, and every person that your friends, just think about one of them, just pick one randomly and just name some stuff, some experiences with this kind of people. This is like a sum of experiences, like when we label somebody good man or bad man, or I don't know, like professional or not professional, or lazy or workaholic, or he is always there, he is not always there. So this all our experience that we have with people. And similar to that, we build also personal brand on social media. When I started to write on LinkedIn, I didn't read nothing about personal brand till that days. But then when I started to write more and more on LinkedIn, I started to read more and more about personal brand. But in any kind of social media, it's like a tendency to copy paste the others, to copy paste the trends, to copy paste what others said about personal brand. And we are then stuck in this circle and just copy pasting from others. What do they say about personal brand and how to build that? But I think the main source, the main ingredient when we build a personal brand is to work with ourselves. Like when we start to think about personal brand and how to build that, first we have to build ourselves. And everybody wants to build a personal brand, but if your personal brand in real life is so different with your personal brand in online, you can't fake it that very long. You can fake it for maybe sometimes, but in the end, if you post many times, one day you will show your real face. So it's much better to be real, much better is to be authentic, and in this way we can be much more consistent with the audience, and we just share what we believe, like not following the trends, not following what is this day's hype. We can just be authentic, share or what we know, share our thoughts, share our experiences, be authentic with other people's, and this is like how we can build really great, trustable personal brand. So how can people believe to us if they met us one day in a real life and our personal brand is completely different what is online? So it's like completely fake. So it's much better to build our personal brand, to give people experience with us how we are in real life. So to be as much more authentic. I'm not talking about private stuff, like of course we can't share with everybody what we have on personal stuff, like we don't want private stuff. We can hide that, of course, like stuff that we don't want to share with others, but what we share to be authentic. So that is very, very important. And this is the main point, the base before doing like anything in the social media, any kind of design, any kind of content. Before everything is like to be the same authentic as we are in real life. I wish you all the best.